This is GCSE Maths. We're taking a wee look now at further trigonometry. So this is no longer right angle triangles. And the first thing we're going to take a look at then is the sine rule. The first thing to mention is we now have a new way of labeling our triangles because they're non-right angle triangles. And the letters we've picked in are A, B and C. So capitals represent the vertices or the corners, and then lowercase represent the opposite side. Do you see that? So there's the A there, so that means the small a is going to be here, the big B is here, the small b is going to be here, and similarly then with the C. If we know two angles and one side, we can find the missing side. If we know two sides and one angle, we can find the missing angle. And we're going to be using the sine rule. So sine rule is A over sine A equals B over sine B equals C over sine B, C over sine C, sorry. And we only ever use two parts of this. Alright, the other thing to say about the sine rule is you can flip it upside down. You can have sine A over A equals sine B over B equals sine C over C. And I always think the one you're trying to work out, if it's on the top, it just makes the algebra slightly easier. So here I'm going to label my sides. I'm going to call this one A, and that means this one is going to be small a. I'm going to call this one B, and this one then is going to be small b, and then this has to be uppercase C and lowercase c. I'm trying to find the side, so I'm going to go then for A over sine A equals B over sine B equals C over sine C. I need to check and see then what I have, so I'm going to circle which ones I have. I have the big A, so I have that one. This is the one I want to work out. What else do I have? I know that B is 7, so I have that one. And I know the angle B then is 57. So there's my wee set. If I have a set, as in both B's or both C's or both A's, then I can use the sine rule. So I'm going to use this part here then as the sine rule. So this here is x, so it's going to be x over sine 21 equals 7 over sine 57. How do I get the x on its own? I'm going to multiply both sides by sine 21. So it's going to be 7 over sine 57 multiplied by sine 21. You could stick that on the top if you wished. It's whatever way you want to set it up. So let's see if we can work out a way of putting this into your calculator. I'm just going to go with a big fraction, so we'll go for 7 times sine 21. It's as if I put the sine 21 up on the top there. Hopefully you're happy enough with that. And then that's going to be over sine 57. I'll close that there, see if it's okay. It doesn't like that. Let's go for another method. 7 times sine 21, close the brackets, over sine 57, close the brackets, equals, okay, it likes that one a bit better, so that's going to be then 2.99, and it's a side, and it doesn't give us any measurements, so we'll just leave it then as 2.99. Let's try this next one then. ABC is a triangle in which AC is 7.3. Let's draw ourselves a quick triangle. I would never try this without actually drawing a triangle out or having a triangle to look at. Let me see. So A, B and C. AC is 7.3. BC is 4.1. And angle BAC is 19, so BAC is 19. Find angle ABC. So this is the one then we're looking at. So we want to check and see if we have a set. So if that's B, that's a small b. That's A, so that's small a. And then if that's C, that's small c. I'm finding an angle, so I'm going to flip the sine rule then upside down. So I'm going to go for sine A over IA equals sine B over B equals sine C over C. Which ones do I have? I have an A and an A, so I have my set. That means I can use the sine rule, and I have B, and this is the one then I want sine B, and then I can do inverse sine in to work out. Incidentally, don't be panicking if they ask you to find C and you don't have the one opposite C. What we could do, of course, is just to fire ahead as we're doing and find B. Then if you know two angles of a triangle, take them away from 180 degrees, and you can work out your third angle. So this is what we're going to have here. So I'm going to go and just flip these two around. Hopefully you're okay with that. So I'm going to write sine B over 7.3 equals sine 19 over 4.1. That means then sine B is going to equal sine 19 over 41 multiplied by 7.3. Let's see sine B and see if we can get this calculator to work a little bit better this time. Again, I'm going to just put this up on the top here. So I'm going to go 7.3 times sine 19. Then on the bottom, I'm going to have, there's no way that's 41, it's 4.1, isn't it? 4.1, and hit equals, and that gives me 0.5796. I then want sine to minus 1 of that, so you guys can still see this hopefully. So B is sine to minus 1, 0.57967, and B then equals, if I go shift sine of the answer, it's going to give me then 35.4 degrees. So that was an example of finding the angle using the sine rule. The previous example was finding a side using the sine rule.